Okay, so it seems like recently we've had a little bit of a kind of response from Pipkin Pippa regarding some backlash or some kind of worries, I guess. Not even backlash, but I'd more say worries about FazeCon. Now, if you don't know, FazeConnect, the kind of VTuber agency Pippa and a lot of others are part of, you guys have probably seen us cover them quite a bit on this channel with the whole Jelly Hoshiyumi situation. And then also recently we covered Pipkin Pippa absolutely destroying Hassan, which I thought was hilarious to see. But again, they've been planning essentially a Fazecon, which is supposed to be very soon, and many people have been excited for it. But of course, in between the announcement of Fazecon, there has been the whole Jelly situation and the Clara stuff and all of this kind of stuff, which a lot of people have now turned their opinion on FazeConnect as a whole, which again, you know, that's totally up to you whether you like them or not still after everything that's gone on. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of gives you a bit of extra context as to why people are so mad at them at the moment. And this is one of the posts that came up from banned VTuber memes, which obviously is a post talking about FazeCon and what has been going on with it at the moment, including the fact that, you know, it is less than 3 months out, FazeCon 2026. The info other than the location finally drops. Meet and greets, raffle based. You could hypothetically spend $1,000 to get there and not meet a single talent. So obviously they're not happy with the fact that the meet and greets are raffle based, which again, some people have different arguments for and against it. And then obviously says no confirmed programming, just concerts, karaoke's, and panels mentioned with no other info. Vendor Hall has only 3 confirmed artists. San Francisco Airport Hotel Con during the World Cup, during Pride Month, during Juneteenth. Only mentioned activities are a coffee stand and a snack bar that requires $200 com badge for entry. Minors allowed with a guardian. Minors below 13 also allowed. At least 1-day tickets are $40. So yeah, obviously that's some of the complaints, I guess, that some people have with it. Now, obviously some of these are bigger complaints than others. Like, yeah, sure, I think maybe the meet and greet raffle based system might be something that some people are a little bit concerned with. But you know, stuff like it's during the World Cup and stuff. Let's be honest, the amount of football or as you guys would say, soccer fans. I'm never going to call it that. I'm going to say football. The amount of football fans to VTuber fans. The crossover isn't exactly, you know, that bad. I'm going to be honest, right? There is a lot of, you know, VTuber fans that are football fans, including me. But of course, you know, I think there is a little bit less of a crossover. If you were to draw 2 circles and put it with maybe another community, then maybe it would be a little bit closer. But again, I don't think the World Cup's really going to affect that unless they're talking about maybe the fact that hotels might be full or, you know, areas might be busy during that time. That could obviously maybe affect things. The same with like Pride Month as well. Like Pride Month, I don't think it would really make a difference, I'm going to be honest, unless there was like a parade going on outside of the con, which again, I don't really see happening. So again, I don't really see why Pride Month is really added in there because, you know, it's not really affecting it, is it? But yeah, essentially, there's a comment down below, though, from someone random on Twitter saying, it's genuinely entertaining seeing this corpo go up in flames after being considered one of the best to ever do it. What a delightful fall from grace. So yeah, obviously they seem happy that, you know, FazeConnect isn't doing so great at the moment. And obviously this is based off of this post. I mean, you know, there's been other situations which we covered, which obviously people were attributing to the downfall of FazeConnect. Again, I don't think they're really, you know, doing that bad. Of course, there's a lot of negativity towards them at the moment, 100%. But I don't think, you know, they're not at like the shoujo, like blowing up phase right now. And I say right now for a very you know, specific reason, right? Because again, nothing has happened for them really to, you know, implode just yet. But again, then Pippa responds to this reply of them saying, you know, oh, we like to see the downfall and whatever, saying, FazeConnect was considered one of the best to ever do it. After everything we've been through and judgmental gaze for so long, rewriting the underdog story whenever it suits you, Fazecon might not be perfect, but will continue to work hard. So yeah, obviously Pippa doing a pretty, you know, positive reply to that. And I 100% agree, right? I think that FazeConnect obviously has always had the underdog story for a while now. And now a lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, they're the best to ever do it and that they've fallen off and everything, and that, you know, they're glad that they're, you know, falling off, which again I just don't think would be the case, especially whenever they were considered the underdogs for a very long time. And obviously, yeah, things have changed around with the fall of VShojo and things, and obviously they're picking up to be, you know, one of the favorites, at least for a short amount of time. But again, I don't think they're exactly the best to ever do it, if that's what people were kind of saying. But again, obviously, yeah, they're saying Fazecon might not be perfect, but we'll continue to work hard, right? And I 100% agree, right? This is the first Fazecon, I'm pretty sure, right? So it's not going to be perfect, right? And I understand that, you know, some people might have some issues with some of the things that have been listed within this post, right? That's 100%, you know, you can have problems with that, right? You're allowed to have problems with that, but you got to remember, this is the first event that they've ever done. This is the first Fazecon that, you know, has happened. So again, you know, there's going to be probably some learning curves. There's going to be some things that maybe if they were to do one in 2027 that they wouldn't add, or things that they would add, or things that they would like to do differently, or times that they want to do differently, maybe do it at a different, you know, place. Again, there's so many different things that they could change on the next time after learning from the first time. But the thing is, you can't really change that unless you have a first time, and this is their first time, right? So again, I think it is a very important thing just to kind of mention there, right? And obviously that was the top post. Yeah, someone said nah. Band vtuber said nah. In response to that response, by the way, people said no confirmed content. Panels, concerts, and karaoke are confirmed. So yeah, some people as well saying the fact that, you know, they're saying there's no confirmed content, despite the fact that there literally is content there, being panels, concerts, and karaoke, which are literally confirmed. So yeah, they say I've honestly got no idea why they decided California of all places, especially during that period of time. It's like they actively have someone trying to sabotage the company. Slowly, I've been checking out of VTubing in general and returned to anime, but it's genuinely interesting watching from the sidelines due to all the train wrecks recently. Obviously, some people, yeah, like they're just gonna put a bull pit in the middle of like a huge convention hall. And again, I do think, you know, it doesn't exactly look like the most jam-packed con. Like, let's be real, right? There was definitely things to do, like karaoke, concerts, and things like that, but it doesn't look like one of these massive jam-packed events that, you know, are very popular. For example, like Offkai is a very, you know, popular one. I don't know how jam-packed that is with events and everything like that, but it seems like people have a good time, and it seems like there's plenty to do there. So again, I think that is what mainly people were looking for, right? They want something to do at this event. They want it to be good. They want there to be actual kind of content and things to do just when they're there, because obviously they're spending their money to go. Some people are even spending their money to fly over and you know, go there and stay there and everything like that. So it does cost a lot of money outside of the just $40 one-day tickets, of course. So again, that is definitely a concern for some people, and I can understand, right, why people are worried or concerned, or maybe looking into some of the content that is there, because yeah, maybe some people might see this Fazecon and go, you know what, I probably won't go to the first Fazecon, right? Just saying, like, you know, I don't really want to go to the first Fazecon because it is the first one. There's going to be teething problems. There's going to be maybe some things that aren't as good. And then maybe someone might wait until the next year, whenever they've got things a little bit more sorted out, and that they've kind of understood things a little bit better, and you know, everything like that. And I'm not saying that they don't have a good team behind it, by the way. I'm sure they've got some people that are very, very you know, knowledgeable on doing something like this, else they wouldn't be doing something like this, I hope. But again, of course, you know, it just gives them a little bit of time to think about stuff and try to do things. And yeah, maybe I think it's also due to the fact of, like, we haven't had too many announcements and things as well to do with Fazecon, apart from some of the kind of initial announcements of it actually happening and everything like that. So maybe that's also what's worrying people. But yeah, it's just going to be one of those things. At the end of the day, we'll see what it's like, right? And I think that obviously there's going to be a lot of people that maybe are going to be trying to, like, clown on it and whatever, due to, you know, obviously Phase Connect having a lot of people that dislike them now over, you know, the recent situations and everything that's been going on with them. But I think that doesn't take away from the fact that, you know, they could genuinely put on a good event, and you know, I hope that it, you know, does turn out good, right? Because of course I think that's what everybody wants in the VTubing space, because if Fazecon is good, that is just another VTubing con that is successful, right? Because there isn't, you know, a ton of them at the moment. For example, you've got like Offkai in the US, right? So FaceCon could be, you know, a little runner up there. Of course, as well, we've got VExpo over in the UK. Now, VExpo, I'm pretty sure, has been scaling up over the past couple of times. I don't know how many they've done now, but again, it seems like they're, you know, getting their footing, especially in the UK. I might actually go to that one, which is like later on in the year. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if more cons like FaceCon and stuff like this can pop up and do a little bit better, right? And of course, yeah, Pippa defending Phase Connect and yeah, just kind of defending a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of people saying based, saying Gabate Phase. Said even as fans, we always got shit. I'm happy to be here regardless, but it's wild that people are pretending like they want shit, talking shit about talents, the company and fans from the beginning. Like seriously. So that's my she responded to the rage bait at 212 at a time. Anywho, very excited for FaceCon and all the scuff that comes with it, right? And yeah, I do think that is 100% the truth. You got Sayu here saying, I honestly think you and the company have worked so hard to get where things are now. Nothing will ever change that, and and some of the people are just over emotional over small things. Still, I'm sorry you have to see these kind of things, and I hope the con goes well. And yeah, I hope the con goes well as well, because again, it seems like it could be a good time, right? But of course, we'll have to wait until FaceCon actually does happen and it takes place. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated if there's any more news to do with that along the way. But I thought it was just some pretty interesting, you know, back and forth surrounding this conversation that I just wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.